Hello and welcome back. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more of our campaign at EU4. This is Schizophrenic Sovereignty. We are now playing as the Timurids. Alright, I took probably 10 minutes, 20 minutes actually, looking around at estates and stuff. I tweaked it all, but I didn't do any of the big clicks without you guys. They had it all wrong. First off, they had no provinces assigned to the burghers at all, so they weren't getting bonus trade power, which is just sort of silly. The amount of trade power you get from the burghers on your estuaries is just massive. These things provide local trade power plus 10. Having the burghers control it on its own is local trade power plus 50%. So that's 5 raw trade power, which then gets multiplied by your mercantilism. So we're talking like 6, 7 provincial trade power per estuary, and they're just not using it. So I granted the estuaries to the burghers, and then I did all the clicks, and now we're at 75% influence, which is great. We could do development. I don't think we're going to. I think instead we're just going to demand some points, and we're also going to get a nice little injection of cash to start this section out. They're going to be a little bit upset for a few moments. That's okay. I got the Amir's influence above 75% temporarily. I give them more land than they actually need, and we're going to get a little jump start on military points. And then finally, we're going to go ahead and make a generous donation from the money we got from the burghers to appease the Ulema. And then we're going to turn right around and demand a smaller amount. I usually, these days, don't go above 60% influence with the Ulema because random events can take them up to 70, and then when you're above 70, there's a chance you can get the dominance of the clergy event, which just always slows things down and pisses me off because, you know, usually you push it, if you push yourself to 75% influence to get a good click on the Ulema, and then you get tolerance to the clergy, now you're ticking your disaster at 2% per month, and it's really hard to get rid of it. So I don't like to take that risk anymore, but I do want the 100 admin points, so we'll take that. And of course I pissed off all the estates, even though we just made them all happy. And surprising, hi shock, we can actually finish off our idea group now too. Apparently we have a little bit of corruption. We are behind on tech, but the idea will help us catch up. We are not unbalanced, right? And actually, yeah, trying to take tech would unbalance us. I think we do take the tech. Sorry, the idea. Land force limit plus 50%. So right now, I was trying to assess like what had happened, but I didn't look at the history. So let's see what the history says. The epic second Timurid conquest of Corumbad ended after 6 years, resulting in conquest. The war was practically decided when Nasir I Timurid fought Usama Wali in the Battle of Tehran. 18,000 Timurid soldiers suffered some losses while fighting 16,000 Khorasani soldiers, while the 16,000 suffered some losses. The defeat, Hormuzzi reconquest of Mazira, lasted 4 years. The most decisive battle of the war was when 15,000 men led by Transociana suffered some losses attacking our army, who suffered some losses. During his reign, the provinces were gained. So our previous ruler did a good job. He has some war exhaustion, I think, just a tiny bit. Do we have loans? We have 8 loans. God damn you, Timurids. How dare you not have money? Pay off a loan. Let's do some national decisions. Right now we're actually on negative piety, which gives us missionary strength, morale of armies, and fort defense, all of which are practically useless to me. I think we could use the prestige, and I think we could use the national unrest more than just having that other thing. Do we take this? Yes, we do. So, as Timurids, we have land leader shock plus 1, diplomatic relations plus 1. We have yearly prestige plus 1, morale of armies plus 10%, shock damage plus 10%, yearly legitimacy plus 1. Soon we'll have a tech cost reduction, domestic trade power plus 25%, yet another reason to give even more land to the burghers, yearly corruption minus 0.1, and our finisher is discipline plus 5. So kind of a militaristic outfit with the morale of armies and the discipline and the shock damage. It's pretty solid. Yearly legitimacy and prestige are okay. Tech cost is great. That's nice. He started off with administrative and then moved into quantity. And we have one more idea to go, and then we can get an admin tech cost reduction. And number of states, the available policy will be manpower recovery rate plus 10% and land maintenance modifier minus 5%. We are Sunni. Last time as Bahmanis we were Shia. So as Sunni, we have good chance for new heir. We can have lots of cav. We have administrative tech cost minus 5 and a bonus merchant right now. Apparently we can't afford advisors. I still think even when you have debt, you should always have a level 1 advisor. They're just too impactful on monarch points over time. Improve relations, probably a good spot to be right now. Morale of armies plus 1, absolutely. Okay, we have a lot of inflation. We should just buy that down. We don't want to be above 5. You can get I think the event's called Financial Ruin. It's horrible. We don't want that. We're going to buy it down. Even though I'd like to finish that idea group. Being below 5 is just too important. Okay, we are making less money because I hired advisors. We have 6 forts, 3 of which are currently mothballed. We should have about 8 forts to keep our tradition high. It's 3.6 ducats a month in interest. State maintenance, 2.3. Do you have state edicts on right now? What's up with this? Nope. You just have really, really high state maintenance. Okay. I should know where our capital is, but I don't. So where is it? How do I find my capital again? Here we go. So our state capital is this state. Only got the 3 provinces, fairly low development. Believe it or not, it's actually prosperous. Is there an estuary here? There is not. So is there any edict we could turn on that would actually help us right now? We're low on manpower. What about institutions? How do those look? Are we getting colonialism at all? We are starting to get some colonialism. 0.87, 0.12. Sind has embraced it, so he's going to get it very soon, and then we're going to start getting it down here. Looks like we'll have it pretty quick. All right, I think in our capital we're going to turn on, like, local manpower modifier plus 25% for now. Not going to cost too much money. And also we lost out on, like, trade efficiency and temporary tax modifier, but overall the benefits of what we got are much higher. We could take Diplotech, but it's going to cost stupid amounts because of the institution penalty, so I think we'll hold off on that for now. Mercantilism's at 13%. Who are our rivals? Ooh, we have a lot of enemies. Enemies of Hormuz, Transoxiatasha, Ethiopia, who's super far away, Mamluks, who is unable to attack us, and then Delhi. So we might end up at war with Baumanis. We have rivaled Transoxiatasha, Kara, and Delhi. And of course, this is what you always come into, is that you have idiotic amounts of spy network strength against people. For reasons. Lots of claims here. Do we have special missions as the Timurids? Stabilize the Timurids. It's been accomplished. That's what gave us the claims, it looks like. All provinces in the area are owned by the Timurids. All provinces in the Kulatan area are owned by the Timurids. And then we need, like, Kokand. Okay, so basically beat Transos Yamama. Then we gain permanent claims. God, these missions are glorious. Own all provinces in the Iraq area are owned by us, and that gives us admin points and land attrition for 15 years. Okay. Iraq region. Basically beat Kara, which means we'd have to fight the Ottomans or engineer a war against Kara. Kara is allied with Biapis. Allied with Biapis. Okay, right, he marched Basra. And he's allied to Biapis. So somehow get a claim on Biapis, and then screw over our former country by breaking up his long-standing alliance with the Ottomans. And then the Ottomans will murder him. Oh, that feels dirty. Alright, let's check on Unrest. Unrest looks relatively okay. Let's combine our armies so that we can decide what we want to do with them. Let's get the ships protecting trade. Basra's going to make the most sense. I don't think the merchants are in the right place. He's got one here, which is, it's okay, but we only have 4%. We have a lot of development though, so we've got this really good inland bonus. So I think instead, what we should be doing is, yes, steer here. We should be steering from Basra, not Hormuz. Use that inland caravan bonus to force money into Persia. And then we should be trading here. Even though there's no, like, well, there is a direction. A lot of it's going, yeah, it's going the wrong way. We should be steering here. Screw Indus. Indus is giving us 0.4 ducats. I bet we get more by steering it like this, using that bonus inland caravan power. And these other 2 ships are galleys. Innovativeness is decreasing. You can invest in tech. We're not going to do that. Don't care about that. And we have loans. So it looks like we're on Operation Payoff Loans. 1,256 ducats. At our current income, 1256 divided by 2 net, it's going to take 628 months. That's 52 years to pay off all of our loans. I think we should go engineer some payment from nearby neighbors instead. We have cores on you, so we don't really need to fabricate claims. We got caught in Kara. We got caught in Kara, yet we have no claims on Kara. Get 2 claims on Kara. Subjects. Do we have any subjects? We have no subjects at all. Relationships, 4 out of 5. We're apparently guaranteeing Mushasha. Okay. Interesting. We have a royal marriage with Mare. It's the wrong line. Mare. Why was that? Can we get any subjects? Shamar, Biapis. Nope, these guys don't want to become subjects. Can we establish, I think as a horde, can't we establish tributaries too? Are we not considered a horde anymore? We are Ikta. Ikta. That is not a horde. That is not the same thing as Chagatai, which is a Khanate, which is a steppe nomad horde. Okay. Guess we can't do that. What was the other relationship slot? We have an alliance with Biapis and Sind. Ah, crap, so we're allied to the only person we could use to isolate Kara from the Ottomans. That can't work. No. No, see, that's wrong. No, that just can't be a thing. So we're gonna have to break that. Anyone want to become our friend? Nogai, Shamar, Gujarat, Jumper. Well, based on the way these other wars are going in this region, which we have recent experience with, I don't think we want to be friends with any of them. Shamar, were you threatened by? You have reconquest on the Mamluks. Distance between borders. You would actually accept vassalization outright if we had a border with you. This might be a direction to go. All right, let's unpause. Let's start playing a little bit. Sorry about that delay. I just had to assess. And lastly, again, our rivals are Trenso, Shinshasha, Ara, and Delhi. Okay. Out of curiosity, let's get a dip map back and see what happens if we were to try to declare on anybody. So, opening moves here were fix the estates, check financial situation, check alliance webs, some stuff like that. I did toggle a fort here or there based on devastation. Like, I would rather have that one on than this one, personally. Delhi's in no place to attack us, so we could probably afford to mothball more forts. Of course, Bahmanis would protect him. We're allied to Sind. Afghanistan is a subject of Chagatai. Jumper would not defend him. I think we're going to have to, unfortunately, undo some of the work we did with Chagatai and revassalize Afghanistan ourselves. Afghanistan's not a horde. They would actually be a really good subject for us despite their cores that are on my land, because they've got more cores over in Delhi that I don't have. So we might need to just steal that subject. Okay, so we have a dip map back. So yeah, if we were to attack here, we'd have to fight Bahmanis. We're on tech 11. No, he's on 11. I'm on 9. We're behind on military tech right now. Transol, we have a truce with. That truce expires in 58, so we could just wait. But I found before we started a route to attack him as a non-co-belligerent. He is allied to Mazar, that one. We have no CB against him right now, but if we could get a claim, then we could actually get to war with Transol right now. We don't have any cores. It would basically just be a war to get some easy reconquest, hopefully. So I think we want to spy here. And then you're also allied to who else? Oirat and Hormuz. We have a truce with Hormuz. I'll just leave this here for a second. Mahra, Hormuz, Transol, Khorasan. Yeah, we could attack Afghanistan. We could attack... Oh, we have a guarantee on you, so we have to wait 5 years. I hate that. Guarantees suck. What kind of age bonuses do we have? Institution spread in True Faith provinces. And we almost get to take a new age bonus. Cool. Alright, army maintenance is already down to nothing. Let's turn fleet maintenance up, because we might as well get some protect trade bonus. Last month, we made net 6 ducats. And it looks like we had a total income of like, just add that up, 15 plus 8 plus 4.2. 27 ducats gross. Let's see how my changes have affected things. And also we want to improve relations with Shamar. The tribe of Shoshone has become a state with a functioning bureaucracy. Shoshone. Alright, looks like Alaska is spreading some institutions out there. Did I turn off Terra Incognita? I don't think I did. There we go. Make sure that they don't do any silly alliances. I wonder if bankruptcy is a good idea. We have a truce, a long truce with Trenzo. What's his name? No truce with Kara. But Kara hasn't rivaled us. And if we went bankrupt, we would have Sind to protect us and half morale. And it would save us... We'd lose some admin points, but it would save us a lot of money. Actually making a little bit less money per month, but again, consider that I've pissed off all the estates. Once the estates are happy in like a year, we'll end up making more money, and also we got a ton of cash up front. I paid off a loan, right? It's like 200 extra ducats. So... And look at these values. Remember, we were steering 0.4 ducats worth of value from Indus, versus sending him to Kashmir. The effect of this merchant being here is a ducat 25. So it's much better the way I did it. AI bad. AI is so bad. Corruption is going down slowly over time due to positive stability. The disaster is just the tag switch alert. Yeah, it looks like we stay at peace for a moment. We have... This province is upset, Kezaran, because of probably the Ulema being upset. Some more exhaustion. The autonomy was decreased. There's a province that we could lower autonomy in. I granted that to an estate instead. But it was the nobles that I granted it to, so lowering autonomy here could be nice. Yeah, I think maybe. Without the negative 100 recent uprising, this would be... Yeah, it's fine. We could also lower it in Kermanshah. Same situation, we've got recent uprising until 59. We're not going to get the full value out of the click, but... still probably worth it. And then lastly, we could consider Hamadan. Controlled by the Emirs again as well. Only get 10% of the click value. That one is probably not worth doing. Any provinces with high unrest we should raise autonomy in? Nope, just the one that the AI had lowered. What about Avaz? -4 unrest. This is again controlled by the Emirs. We get most of the value of the click. This one's worth it. Unrest will go high temporarily, but only because the Emirs are upset. Any forts we can afford to turn off? This is against our ally. We have a truce with Transia. What is his face? Actually, no, I had turned this one on because there was some devastation. I want that on. I'd like to try to get the prosperity building up. Prosperity is one of those mechanics that's like ridiculously impactful if you can actually build it up. We are so far behind on admin. Focus admin. We have a 135 ruler, naive enthusiast, tactical genius, and a 125 heir. Look at all these military pips, man. Can't afford to drill right now. Could we maybe sell some galleys to pay off loans? Sind, do you want to buy some galleys, buddy? Sind is at peace. Yemen's declared war on Hejaz. Buy my ships, man. He has a deficit while running loans. Okay, how about you? Do you want to buy some boats? I'm guaranteeing someone who's hostile to me. Yeah, let's not do that anymore. You could sell him to Bamanas. It's gonna be really interesting watching his alliance go. Sorry, watching his his war, since we are so close. We can actually keep an eye on it. France pays money to England. Alliance offer from Jumper. No, I'm not getting involved in that Indian mess. Would Nogai be an okay ally? He hates Uzbek and Astrakhan. So no, not really. We wouldn't be able to build favors up enough quickly enough to do anything. Alright, so at 5 ducats a month, really got to decide if this makes any sense or not. 251 months of net income, 21 years. So much money to pay off. Are there any wars we could declare while bankrupt and still win them? I don't like this tech disparity. Chagatai we know has problems. I actually think we could win a war against Afghanistan without the bankruptcy. We do have 2 claims on him. I think we should consider that. I don't think we're going to do the bankruptcy. I'd rather just be able to wage war, I think. Let's give it a couple more months. I just want to get these armies averaged out first, and then assess what the hell I have here. I mean, we haven't even reinforced the armies. Not to mention we have no manpower. Alright, we gotta do this click. So we're left with 18, 5, and 5. We have no combat ability multipliers. And we actually are not considered to be a horde, so we don't get a shock bonus. Interesting. Okay. Alright, I think I have a pretty good idea here. Attack Afghanistan. Eventually we could try to get to war with Chenso. We can maybe attack Kara if we remove the alliance with Biapas right now. And somehow do a good job here. That gets us to war with Biapas, and then Biapas gets us to war with Kara, breaks up that alliance. I feel guilty, you know, betraying my former countries, but at the same time, read the description below the video. Play the country as if we were playing it for the rest of the campaign. How would I grow if I were playing the Timurids forever? I would immediately try to break up this alliance with my next door neighbor who hates me, or that I hate, who's allied to Ottomans, who are the second strength great power in the world. Of course I would break that alliance. So, therefore, that's what we have to do. When do these things come and due? 51, 52, 53. Just one every year. Gross. Maybe we can pay that one off before the renewal. Alright, cool. I'm going to take a short break here. I'll be back in the next episode, though, as always. Thank you for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you again soon. See you in a bit.